Hello, friends. It's day 15 in the series of 30 Days of Celebrating You. Um, just a reminder for those that are new to this series, or maybe this is the first time you're seeing it. The series is meant to acknowledge, to relive, and to call out your proudest moment or prouder moments, or moments of pride, accomplishment, achievement, um, moments where you overcame or um, moments where your glory shined a little bit brighter, or your energy, or your vibration, or whatever you want to call it. But whenever you did something and it made that little warm place in your heart glow a little bit brighter, um, just by sharing, reliving, and retelling, it's a great way to raise yourself a little bit higher for that moment, maybe for the day, maybe even for the week. Um, by sharing it with others, uh, we get to go on the same journey with you um, and have the same experience as you do. Maybe not to the same degree, but if we all have uplifting experiences, then we're all that much better for it. So that's what this series is about. Just reliving your moments, giving it to others, or sharing it with others, and sharing it with the universe, acknowledging and saying thanks for giving us the opportunity to have this moment. So, my day 15 story is about coaching youth sports. So, um, for the most part, I coached youth soccer. My daughter was on a so it's an interesting story. So my daughter was in this preschool, um, or she was in preschool, and she made some friends with boys and girls. And preschool was ending, and everybody was trying to find a way because we didn't all live in the same community. Um, so there was a thought of, oh, how do we keep the kids together since they like each other so much? And so a thought was, oh, let's all play soccer, because there is co-ed. And so it was a way to keep everybody together, just like a continual play date, we'll say. And so um, my daughter got into soccer, and so did all of her friends from preschool. Well, a bunch of them. And it stayed that way until from preschool all the way um, through high school, actually. All the way through high school. So from preschool to high school, there was a core group of kids that played soccer. So it's boys and girls. Um, Eventually, we played in the boys division with girls. So we always had at least 2 to 3 girls on the team, on a boys team, and it was very competitive. Um, I guess where um, part of it was, or where the pride come or the proud moment comes, is because inspiring kids to be more than what they think they are, or helping guide somebody to achieve something that they didn't think they could. So um, this became more prevalent as the kids got older. The competition got a lot tougher. We were really good. It was interesting. We were really good um, in our younger years. We were really good, so much so that we skipped age groups. We actually jumped up and we played. So in youth sports, they try to keep everybody at well, in soccer anyway, they keep everybody at the same age. So if you're 8, then you're on the under 8 team. So it's 8 years and under. So for a while, we were winning a lot of games, and so our coordinator recommended, or the person that ran the league recommended that we go up for more challenge, and so we did. And so at one point, we were 2 years older than the kids that we were playing, and it became a real battle. Uh, when we were, I think, when the kids were in middle school and they were playing against high schoolers, that's when that's when it became really tough. Um, and the trick, the I guess our seasoning for success was effort. It wasn't about we had the greatest soccer players or we were great coaches and we taught them how to all the fancy tricks and stuff like that. The the secret was we were going to outwork everybody. And in order to do so, we literally had to do twice the work that everybody else did on a day-to-day basis. So sometimes, people practice once or twice a week. We practiced almost every day and we ran every single day. And the kids would run a lot. Like we're talking miles. And in youth sports in Northern California, nobody runs. It's really weird in soccer anyway. Nobody runs, and it's like looked down upon. Everybody practices the tricks and stuff like that. Like there's these. It's very interesting for a running sport. Nobody runs, so it worked in our favor that we weren't afraid to run. That we worked a lot harder than everybody else. And the secret to their success was that they could run and they would run you into the ground. And we saw a lot of teams give up before halftime because they were just too tired. And you could see like the mental side of things start to come into play when people got tired, they got frustrated, they got angry, they started fighting with each other. And that was on the other team. And we could tell when the games would turn, even the kids knew it. They could see it because it happened so much. Like once somebody started arguing, they're like, oh, they're starting to crack. So then it would give them more inspiration to work harder and to run harder or to make the other team run faster or try to keep up. Um, the interesting part is understanding how to push people or understanding how to motivate people because not everybody's the same. I remember when I was a kid, I saw this interview with this football coach, and it was Bill Parcells, and he was a coach for the New York Giants, and he talked about coaching Lawrence Taylor. And Lawrence Taylor was amazing. He's really good. Um, he had a lot of issues though, like with drugs and stuff like that, and partying too much. And I remember, I'll never forget, Bill Parcells said, "You have to you can't coach everybody the same. If you do, you'll lose the whole team. You'll have you'll have a couple people on your side that get you and understand you, but the rest won't." And so he understood and he said, I had to coach Lawrence Taylor differently than I coached the rest of the team because he was our best player, but he had the most issues. And so I had to find a way to keep him engaged and to for him to believe in me so that he would give his best. And I never forgot that. And then another quote or saying that I always held on to was the fact that you can't have only one tool in your toolbox. If you only have a hammer, then everything looks like a nail. And I always tried to keep that like in the forefront when I was talking with these kids because some of the kids that were on our team maybe came from harder backgrounds, so you could push them harder. They understood what struggle was. And then some of the kids came from like, you know, um, we'll just say lesser struggle. Um, and so some of the kids those kids that came that didn't really understand struggle or didn't care for it or shied away from it, those kids you had to like push differently or maybe inspire differently. Um, and so that was the juggle, but to to be a part of raising a group of kids, not just your own, but others, into realizing their, let's say, moment of glory and getting them to see that they really can accomplish what seems impossible, um, by beating players that they saw or thought were better than them, that were maybe more physically imposing. It's really interesting to see through the eyes of a child at times. Um, Everybody saw something different, even though we were looking at the same picture. So some kids were physically intimidated because they thought they would get beat up. Uh, some kids were intimidated because they saw how they practiced or warmed up and thought, oh, they're so skillful, they're going to kill us. Some kids saw both, and so having conversations with the whole team and then with kids individually to get them to live outside of their fears, um, and then realize their accomplishments by doing it on a weekly or day-to-day basis. That was a rewarding part, and putting myself out there, to help is something that I'm really proud of. So that's my entry for day 15. Um, Please do the YouTubey thing so we extend our reach, grow our community a little bit, maybe by one member every day or by every video. That's awesome. We're all, um, like-minded people, um, and there are people that are looking for a safe place to be a part of and grow and learn from. So, if all it takes is just hitting that thumbs up button, sharing the video or posting a comment so it helps the YouTube algorithm. I mean, you know, let's do our part to make sure that these videos find the people that are looking for them or that need them. But yeah, just please like, share, and subscribe. Throw a comment down there. Share your moment. Um, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on day 16. Uh, Before I leave, though, don't forget that, sometimes in order to get to the fruit of the tree, sometimes you got to go out on a limb. Embrace your fears and don't let your fears be your reason why you choose not to do something. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.